Good morning guys, warm welcome back to Alan's Allotment. It's Saturday the 22nd of May 2021. Hope everybody's staying safe, being practical and keeping themselves out of harm's way as usual. If it's your first time here, think about hitting that little subscribe button, then the bell icon on the right, select all, and that'll alert you every time I put up a new video. It doesn't cost anything at all to subscribe to the channel, and we've now got 450 followers. If you'd like to see more content, hit the subscribe button now. Right guys, a bit of a weekly update. So as always, we start the day with a cup of coffee. We've fed and watered the pigeons, etc. Checked on the birds, and everything's tickety-boo. So far so good. So today, after I've had a cup of coffee, in this stock loft, I've got 90% of those youngsters need weaned off today. So we're going to do that and get them into the other shed. The other 4 youngsters we weaned off last weekend are all eating and drinking and doing fine. And we're going to take approximately another 10 or something out of here today and move them into that shed. The other ones we moved into the hens shed section are all getting out in the aviary. They've been having a bath, they've been getting the sun on the back, and they're all doing really well now. Absolutely thriving. So once we've got these weaned off, etc., I'm going to have a sort through the birds, and I'm going to be putting some more birds up on the website for sale. I haven't made my mind up yet. It's difficult decisions, but there will be some more birds going up in another week or two, guys. I know I said in a couple of weeks ago, but I need to sort out exactly what I'm going to keep, because sometimes when they get through the moult, but then again, if they're not here to see, then yeah. Sometimes they get through the moult, they change drastically and they look even better. So that's basically the first thing we're going to do after I've had this cup of coffee. I've got another load of pigeon corn in the boot to unload. I still had plenty, but I've got another bulk load while I could. And it's on stock. You never know. Just in case we go into another lockdown again, guys. I've still got lots of little nicky-nack jobs to do. But one really good job Tony done for me through the week. In the chicken shed that needed cleaned out, ironically, he actually came and cleaned that out for me. And it was always difficult to clean that shed out, because basically over the years, the floor was on different levels. And it was all higgledy-piggledy. They'd never been put down right in the first place. And when you were trying to shovel up with the shovel, you would hit a high board. And it was really hard work. And I've been promising myself for a couple of years I was going to get that floor done, and I never ever got round to it. And I was going to buy some big sheets of 8x4 plywood and put them down. But it never, needless to say, with everything else that went on, I never ever got round to that job. But Kenny, who feeds the birds, he had 4 4-foot by 4-foot 3/4 inch marine ply boards just sitting in his greenhouse doing absolutely nothing, and they've been there forever. And I spotted them and asked him if I could buy them off him, and he gave me them. And I had a couple of other 3/4 inch boards, off-cut scraps, that I kept and thought they'll come in handy one day, and they did. And basically Tony came up, cleaned that entire chicken loft out, and relaid the entire floor for me with 3/4 inch marine plywood. My brain doesn't function too well these days. And he got a new floor put down on top of the existing floor, but he's levelled it all out, so it's nice and easy for cleaning in the future. And we've dumped another 4 bags of brand new bedding wood chips in there. All the nest boxes are cleaned out. He's put new barley straw in there and everything. So that is a massive relief for me, and a job that's really difficult for me these days. We're trying not to let it get quite as bad next time and keep on top of it, but we've kept all the bedding that came out of there, and I've put them in sacks because I haven't finished the compost bays yet. I haven't got them lined. And then what we will do is, when we get greenery, we will add greens and those browns together, and we'll start building a compost heap even. So that's just a little bit of an update of what happened through the week. Today I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get done. It will all be energy dependent as usual, and weather dependent. But I am going to get those young birds weaned off. I'll probably then go into this loft here, this stock loft here, where I wean the birds from, and I'll start to clean down the mess in the nest boxes. I can get all that sorted out again. And like I said, I am going to be putting these birds on pot eggs very soon. I already have with some, but there's a couple of pairs I'm going to leave to see if I can get the last diamonds that I'm after. Wishful thinking on my part. Anyways guys, I've babbled on for long enough. I'm going to finish this cup of coffee and then I'm going to crack on and I'll give you a look later. Stay tuned. So I'm just starting to wean off these other youngsters guys, and as you can see we've got a really nice almond here. It's going to be a little beauty, and then we've got a little yeah, it's a nice check in the back of there. I've put a couple in the crate already. Just checking the brown hen barless hasn't laid again. These are back on pots again now. This is the indigo bar hen, and those youngsters have turned out really nice. So they're the same colour as this, and then you can see the ribbon tail and the brown bars, and the two youngsters, the pied and the white flight, are really bonny youngsters of this time round. So I'm just looking at the these ones are not quite ready for weaning yet. Another 2 to 3 days, and I'm just looking at these ones. Yeah, I think they can come off. Yeah, they should be fine. They can come off. And this has turned out to be another indigo check, which I thought was a recessive red. It's another indigo check like the one that Mark got off me, but that one is a recessive red and it has a white tail flight. And I'm just going to crack on getting the rest of the youngsters that were taken off, and then I'll give you a look at them when they're in the shed guys. Right guys, so I'm going to try and film this outside so that you can see this a little bit better before we put them in. So the first youngster I have here is a frill stencil, and this is off the brown satinette. This is off the brown satinette and the white bar Lebanon cock. And this one is frill stencil because it has spotting in the tail, if you can see that. It has spotting in the tail as well. So it's carrying the frill stencil and toy stencil. So we'll get the next one and then we'll have a look at that one. Right guys, so the next one is a bronze black, and this is off the Qualmond cock and the light check race hen. It's a bonny youngster, and the bronze blacks are good for almond breeding. You can just see the bronzing in the wing there, and they are usually, it's a spread bird as well. So basically they're good for almond breeding guys. You will of course get a good percentage of this colour out with almond breeding, but you'll get good well marked almonds when you do get them. The nest mate looks exactly the same as this, but we missed it. If you remember, it slipped a ring, so we won't bother showing you that. It looks exactly the same. And I really can't wait till this one's through the molt. So this one here is frill stencil, and this is off the white check cock with the black F1 frill stencil hen. So this proves that that hen is F1 because you wouldn't get any out. They would all just look normal. And this is the youngster here. And as you can see, it has lots of white coming up the flights now already, and it's only leaving the nest. And we have lots of white frill stencil in the tail as well. I'm praying this is a hen. So we've got some, because we're short on hens as you know. And we started this entire project with just 2 cocks. Well, 1 cock originally, and used the 2 daughters of him to go, one to go back to him and one to that white check cock. And as you can see guys, this one's going to be a really nice youngster. The first round we got one like this as well, and it is going to be frill stencil as well. It's getting spotting in the tail. And of course these are more pigeon type because we brought the size down in them. So we're getting closer to the race type. However, we're still a way to go yet guys. So this one here is F2 for frill stencil. And this is an Andalusian. And if you can see how light the tail bar is on this, they could turn white and be frill stencil. And again, it's an Andalusian, but it has the bronze bars again, which indicates, well, the bronze bar can be from the indigo gene. That's the problem of introducing indigo into frill stencil. However, it's still a pretty pigeon, and it makes a nice phenotype. But those bronzens could turn white once it gets through the molt. So that's another nice Andalusian, F2 frill stencil, because the cock is frill stencil, the hen is F1 for frill stencil. I'll let you see the others. This next bird is a nice khaki brown spread, carrying no pied, and will be used in the frill stencil project next year. So this is one that I will be keeping. And as you can see guys, bonny youngster. A really nice brown spread youngster. And then we'll get the nest mate, and then that's it guys. I'll give you a look at them all in the shed. And then last but not least for now guys, this is a really nice khaki brown spread pied. I thought it was going to be a bar. You can see the bars in the wings, but it's actually spread. It's actually a spread. And again, a really nice youngster, as you can see. It's a really pretty one, this one. I'm not sure whether we'll keep this one or not. We might let this one go. Again, in the next couple of weeks we're going to decide exactly what we'll let them go guys, so stay tuned. Right guys, we'll just give you a quick look at them now. They're all in the shed and weaned off. So we've got the khaki spread, brown spread pied, khaki brown spread, which I will be keeping, and I'm praying it's a hen. They should be, because the sex link browns and the cock is a brown, so they should be both hens. Then we've got another Andalusian F2 frill stencil. At the back there we have the two blacks, or two dark check bronze checks off the Qualmond and the light check hen. Then we've got a fantastic frill stencil. When that goes through the mould, it's going to be absolute mint. It's probably the best frill stencil I've bred so far. This is the other Andalusian carrying F2 for frill stencil. As you can see, he stayed with the brown bars because he's carrying the indigo gene, as this one is. So basically these are off the same parents. That one slipped its nest, slipped its ring as well guys, if you remember. Then we've got this frill stencil bar off the brown laced satinette frill stencil with the white toy check Lebanon. That's one that we took off last week. That's blondinette cock with the white check hen, so it's F1 for both. You can see the indigos. These are making out really bonny pigeons in already in a week. They've got the brown bars and they have got the ribbon tails as well. Really nice pigeons. So yeah, we've taken off today. We've taken off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we've taken off, guys. I thought it was about 10. There is 4 more in the shed, but of course they're not ready yet. So that's another 7 we've taken off. And as you can see, everything in here is lovely and contented. And thankfully so far, the ones that taken off last week aren't bullying these. If you can just see this one here, I've just spotted. You see a little bit of white bar in the wing as well, so that potentially is another toy frill stencil, whichever. Those bars could appear on that, or even if it only gets a little bit of white, then that's the full nestmate to the frill stencil. But either way, they're carrying the frill stencil gene, guys. And by pairing 2 F1s or an F1 and an F2, you will get a small percentage of frill stencils. You'll get a lot of blacks, but they will all be carrying toy or frill stencil. So I'm really happy with this second round, but we won't be keeping them all. We will let some of these go. I haven't made my mind up which ones yet, along with some others. See you later, guys. Right guys, so basically that's it. That's your little roundup for today. We've got the young birds weaned off. We'll give you a look at them. And we'll keep this one as short as we possibly can, so we don't bore the pants off you. And we'll keep it separate from anything else we're doing, guys. I've got the kettle on and I'm just going to have another cup of coffee, as always. And then I'm going to sign off for the day. For now, guys, don't forget to like, dislike, leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think. As always, please stay safe, be practical and keep yourselves out of harm's way. And I'll see you again in the next video. And thanks for watching.